We're live. I'm 20 minutes late, but we're live. Okay. Come over here. Hold on. It's your old pal Brian from tokyorecordstyle out here doing another edition of Vox Pop out in front of Shimokitazawa station. And I've just met two young, lovely travelers, 20-somethings from the States, from Florida. Hold on, let me clean off my lens is a little foggy. Something's going on here. Okay, guys, you had remind me your names one more time.
Peyton.
Peyton and
Brett.
Brett. Okay, from northeastern Florida.
We'll call, let's say Arizona.
Arizona, New Mexico. They're travelers, is really they're travelers, and they kind of are. We've had a nice. I've been sitting here talking to them for the last 15 minutes, and we're in Shimokitazawa, kind of hipster town. There's lots of recycle shops. And Brett said, what are you doing here? And I said, oh, I'm doing another edition of Vox Pop, show me your records. And I said, you want to talk about records? And it took me forever to get this stream going. So finally, I'm just saying hello. And I've heard all about your travels. Just a quick recap. Where have you guys been over the last 6 months?
Australia, Indonesia, and now Tokyo.
Okay, and you're headed back to Japan after a legendary trip that involves snorkeling, that involves circumnavigating the continent of Australia. The highlights were diving with sea turtles and amazing stuff. And tell me, I just recommended to you guys some music. Along your travels, did you see any live music? Did you see any traditional music? Did you see any of the? How about in Indonesia?
Oh my
Did
gosh.
you see the gamelan? Did
yes.
you see the traditional
in
music?
Indonesia,
Tell
the
us about
gamelan
it.
is so amazing.
Really?
I mean, the way that the beat goes, it reminded me so much of like modern EDM music that I was like so shocked. It like sounded so modern, and I like wanted to dance to it. I was just thinking in my brain how I could like remix it, but it has such a fast beat. It's so
Right.
cool.
Was there a performance element as well? Okay,
Yeah.
was the performance like a fire sort of thing, or
No, it was the women.
a hula, almost like a?
Yeah,
something
and
like
we
this.
did like a puppet show. Watched a
Okay,
puppet show at the same
interesting.
orchestra.
Okay.
No.
Could you follow? Was it in English? Could you follow along? No.
No.
Okay,
But
it was a
it's very
happening.
emotional.
Okay.
A man told me you have to feel it if you
Right.
can't understand it, and you can feel it.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you? Was that something that you guys? I was giving you some advice. I said a great advice in Japan is to just kind of go get lost, but to do something like this, you got to plan it out a little bit. Was that something that you kind of ticked a box on that you found in a guide, or did somebody help you manage to find that, the gamelan?
Oh,
How did you
man.
come to know about it?
I mean, I think because we're so passionate about music, I think that was definitely a big box to tick to see
Okay.
traditional music there.
Right.
So-
And did you know the gamelan? Did you? So the gamelan, I don't even know what the gamelan is like. The music of the court. I think it's the court music of the Indonesian kings and queens.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's technical, like the Indian music, and it has polyrhythms and it's kind of not scary, but it has their gargoyles on their temples are kind of like, they've got that New Zealand haka thing happening,
Yeah.
right? It's
Oh,
quite
yeah.
interesting.
Uh-huh.
So you can actually, I recommend, I don't know what it is, but if you go to the maybe Indonesian section of a record store, or the Polynesian or the Southeast Asian record store, there's a famous there's like classical records. You can find recordings of gamelan records. Yeah, and that's only how I know about it. I think
Yeah.
I've seen it once. So are you guys collecting records? We're talking about records. You guys, how about what's your music? Tell us a little bit about your music journey. You're 20-something years old. Your first medium is cassettes, CDs, streaming.
Oh, the
I'd say
iPod.
The iPod.
Yeah.
The mini iPod, the regular iPod.
CDs.
CDs as a baby, yeah. Then the
Okay.
iPod was big in my childhood.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And you had the color ones, the mini ones, the
Yes.
yeah, right?
The
Okay.
shuffle.
Right, the shuffle. And Napster, are you downloading? Were you using Were you using those softwares, or that was a little bit before?
I
even
wasn't
before
old
you?
enough to
Okay,
do that.
right.
Yeah.
My sister would upload her CDs
Right?
onto her iTunes.
Hard drive, yeah. Okay.
And so
You'd share
in the
the
transition,
Oh,
right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
you know,
Well, who were some of your number one? Who were among your top 5 artists when you were, well, not that long ago, back in the day?
When I grew up, the CDs always on in my family's car was Gorillaz, Demon Days,
Nice.
and Modest Mouse,
Okay. Your
and
folks
Death
ha-
Cab for Cutie.
Okay. These are your parents' CDs, or these are? Wow, your parents have cool taste. Well done, mom and dad. All right, groovy. And how about you, Brett? What was at your house?
Well, a lot of contemporary Christian music.
Okay.
But I like Jack Johnson and his Curious George album a lot.
Jack Johnson is friend. Okay, I don't. Yeah, I've heard about this. Curious. Tell me about the Curious George album. I've heard about it.
Classics like Upside Down, Banana Pancakes.
It's like fun song, like
just
almost kids, like family, not family, but
They're just
like time.
relaxing,
Okay.
soothing, and
But is it connected to the George?
It's the
Can it's-
soundtrack from the Curious George.
Okay.
animated movie.
Okay, that's it. I've seen the movie. I'm sure I've seen the movie.
so good.
All right, that's great. And Jack Johnson's friends with Louis. What's her name? I know from Seinfeld. Elaine.
Louis Dreyfus?
Louis Dreyfus. I think he came. I was surprised. There was a sort of like odd pairing of them, and he lives in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, he's Hawaiian.
And he's got this like vibe where if I lived in Hawaii, I'd want to be friends with Jack Johnson to
Yeah.
go hang out at his house. Okay, Jack. And contemporary Christian. Some of the people who are tuning in, they actually so in this YouTube world, there's like a lot of music lovers, and they come from all corners of music.
Yeah.
And I know that there's some. I know contemporary Christian music is beloved and and I don't even know what's the opposite of contemporary Christian music. What's classic gospel? Okay.
Gospel, yeah.
Okay. Who are some of the legends that you grew up with? Who are the albums that you really?
Like gospel or
Well,
contemporary
when you say contemporary Christian, my mind is going to like kind of like country singers or singer-songwriters from like the 70s, but that's not contemporary. When you say contemporary Christian, how far? What is contemporary?
Well-
Is it 90s and beyond, or 2000s and beyond, or does it go all the way back to the
Maybe like
60s and
90s
70s?
beyond,
Okay.
but-
Who are the 60s and 70s parents or the artists that your parents might have listened to?
My mom liked Alabama,
Okay.
Lionel Richie.
What about any Christian music? Christian
me-
artists?
The artists like growing up was like Chris Tomlin.
This is who I want to know. Chris Tomlin.
That's the only one I can name.
Okay.
It's like a bunch of like church worship bands.
Right,
who just
okay.
Put out a record.
Something I find really interesting about Brett is because I grew up with my music taste kind of curated for me by my parents. Brett had to kind of find his own way with music because
Right.
he doesn't listen to contemporary Christian music anymore.
Okay.
He had to kind of create his music taste along the way. I find that really interesting.
You had your parents. Your parents listened to about the same music that I listened to.
Yeah.
I didn't have any older Did you have any older siblings?
My parents like
Your
my older
parents.
siblings.
Okay, got it. Are you an only child?
No, no.
Okay, you have to.
Yeah.
I feel that way too. Like my parents didn't really guide me with music. Your parents.
My parents not so much.
Ala-
but my older brother did.
Oh, your older brother did. Okay, what did your older brother like?
Well, it started out with rap and hip hop, so like Chance the Rapper, Tyler the Creator, and artists like that, and then it transitioned more into indie rock type music, and I kind of just was always 6 months to a year behind him.
Right.
Just steal his music from Spotify.
What concerts have you guys been to? What's the last concert or tuned to?
What was the last one in the U.S.? Flip Turn?
Flip Turn?
Flip
Probably the
Turn.
last one we went to.
I don't know about Flip
US.
Turn.
Flip Turn is an indie artist group from
From.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
They're
Flip Turn.
good.
Okay, they're really good. They're huge? Should I know about them?
So whenever I first saw them, they were my first ever concert
Okay.
in college with like a room of maybe 100 people.
Okay.
And that was just the band to go see. They played once every 3 months in the college town where they went to school. And
Flip Turn
my brother showed me
from Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Okay, Flip Turn. I'm going to put them on my radar. Let's come a little closer. Let's see. We're live. Okay, look, there's one person watching, so no stress. Okay, very low stakes. But also, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning in America.
Oh, okay.
So this is the problem of this is the window of opportunity to have. So right now there's this big vinyl resurgence, right? Everybody's collecting records again. Have you guys taken the leap into physical media, or are you still digital only?
I love vinyl so much. My dad was a disc jockey, classic vinyl DJ, so I grew up with a lot of vinyl in the house. But once we get home and get settled and stop traveling, we are
Time to collect
collecting
records
vinyl.
again. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you'll have to come back because Japan is like a great, it's like a mecca of record stores. There's like 300 in Tokyo alone.
Yeah.
Something like this. Okay, so did you have any vinyl records growing up? Maybe not. Maybe yes. Cassettes from your older brother? The Sony Walkman? No? Okay. Well, careful with your record collection because it can get really expensive really quickly.
Yeah,
And right now it's like go hunting at the thrift stores and the flea markets as quickly as you can before it prices you out. Yeah. And space. But you guys are young and bucks. You can move things around. Okay, well, Patton and Brett, so nice. Peyton.
Yes.
Peyton, I keep
Nice
saying
to
sorry.
meet you, Brian.
Very nice to meet you.
Brian.
Yeah, thank you guys, and good luck on your travels, and thanks for saying hello. You can follow Tokyo Record Style, and yeah, nice to meet you. Smokey the Bear, I love it. Okay, nice. Next stop, return back to USA. So give them if you're in the States, give them a warm welcome when they get back. Okay, and Shibuya is one stop away. They were saying like, should we go to Tower Records? Is Tower Records here? And yeah, the flagship is in Shibuya.
We'll go.
Okay, it's cool. It's something to see. Yeah, sixth floor at Tower.
Okay.
It's where all the records are. It's pretty impressive. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice to
All
meet
right. Take care, guys. Bye now. Thanks for sticking around and let me figure this out. I appreciate it. All right. Bye now. Okay. Hey there, folks. Did I miss some comments? What? Whoa. Hey, guys. Somebody knows you here. I think we played with them. Are you guys in a band? You're not. He said, wait a second. Wait, Issa says, I know them from Florida, right? I think we played with them. No.
Like a game?
Okay, don't worry about it. We'll send you guys off.
We might know them.
Issa, do you know Issa? Issa Tenio. Flip turn.
Oh.
Flip turn. They know flip turn. Okay, my bad. He's a musician. He's played with flip turn. Okay. All right, we'll check him out. Flip turn. Thanks for the record. All right, bye. Sorry, Issa. I made a mistake. I think I know them. They're from Florida, right? Yeah, they're from Florida. Okay. Flip turn. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to check them out. Okay, so sorry to get a little late start here, but I just yeah, as I was getting set up, this happens sometimes. While you're getting set up, somebody comes and starts talking to you, and you get a little distracted, and you're like, oh, okay. And then I was trying to get the stream going, and it just wasn't going, but now I'm there. I'm muted, sort of. Okay. I see. Okay, this one. That should be better. Oh, okay. Was I off the whole time? I might have been off the whole time. I maybe never turned it on or something. Sorry about that. Oh, bummer. I hope they came through the audio. That could have been a total disaster. Could you hear it? Man, wouldn't it be great? There was just like one flawless, Vox Pop. There's a lot of moving parts. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like 20 moving parts. It's a lot of you'd think you can simplify it, but anyway, here we are. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, mada. We got more. Nankagetsu. See ya. Happy New Year, she says. Okay. Well, we're here at Shimokitazawa Station. I'll give you a little lay of the land. There's the brand new station. Well, it's not so brand new anymore, but it's a big improvement on what was here before. Here is the bus rotary that they've built to accommodate the buses and also the fire trucks. Shimokitazawa is a little village, a sort of East Village vibe with all these zigzaggy streets, and it's sort of designed itself, and if it caught on fire, the fire trucks would have a very hard time to get in here. So they wanted very much to like open up a big corridor to get buses through here and to get fire trucks in here. And they demolished a big part of the city, a big part of the neighborhood, which was a little bit of a bummer, or a lot of a bummer, to be honest. And they've built this fence around this bus rotary. And can I just complain about it a little bit? I mean, like, look at this thing. They've built this, the bus, I hope this fence goes away. There's two fences. There's a little fence and then there's a tall fence. And this last weekend was the Awa Odori dance festival here. And there were dance troops, like heaps of dance troops who paraded around the neighborhood. It was really cool. But here was the main starting place and the main sort of center of the festival. And like nobody could see the dancers through the fence. And I just was, I like, whoever thought this did not think this through all the way. This really tall fence makes us feel, I feel like it makes us feel like we're either in the zoo or, you know, looking into a zoo, or we're stuck in a zoo. So yes, its summer refuses to release its grip, and it is really humid and really hot still. And apparently it's supposed to cool down after today. I saw like some lightning in the sky, but it's just hot. And I said to somebody the other day, oh, it's going to be nice. Summer's almost over. And they said to me, is it? Is it? I said, oh, you're right. It's probably going to stick around for another 3 months. But here we are. If you come to Japan, this is what you deal with. It's hot. The summer is hot. It's almost oppressive, it feels. And you can see it on my cheeks and on my face. It's really hot. But it's nice. In the near future, I intend to like create a festival kind of series. I want to create an outdoor experience, records in the park, or I want to start like an outdoor music listening experience. And I'm really concerned about the windows of the calendar that I can do it in, because I think you're just going to melt in this kind of temperature. So yes. Okay. So it's Wednesday evening here, and oh my God, we lost Dolly Parton today. I should have mentioned that to those guys. What a tragedy. Dolly Parton, what an angel. What a beautiful human. What an amazing artist, and what an amazing treasure. What an American treasure. And it's a giant loss. She will be sorely missed. And she was 80. 80's a good run. But I think I heard that she was just saying days before she passed that she had a lot more to do and she was keen to go on the next tour. And she said, I heard her say something funny about she's getting some, she said, I got some good news and I got some bad news. And the good news is that I'm taking some medicine and it's really helping me a lot. And the doctor said it's looking real good. And the bad news is that the medicine makes me a little loopy. What did she say? A little fizzy or something. She had a funny little word. And she said, you know, how you can't expect me to be on stage, so I'm going to have to cancel some shows, but I can't be on stage and with this hair, with this wig of hair and this big old personality of mine and on those high heels, like I can't be on stage and be woozy. And 80's a solid run concert, buddy, especially coming from the hard living South. Yes, I mean, I heard she lived like in a holler. Like I think I've heard her say that before. We grew up in a dirt floored holler with like 11 kids, and her dad couldn't read or write, and boy, you know, she was just such a force of you know, goodwill and great talent and positivity and congeniality. What a just an amazing amazing person. You know, she was like part of the wallpaper of my youth. You know, I can't say that I was like a giant Dolly head. I had some Dolly records, and I played them today, and but she was just, you know, it's kind of like it's a weird comparison, but like Adam Yauch of the Beastie Boys. Like when Adam passed, I didn't realize how much I appreciated the Beasties until he was gone. And just because he was like everywhere. And I don't know, something about that, just that's the first thing that comes to mind, is that you just think you're going to have these heroes forever. And Photo Weenie says DJ Vinyl Vertigo passed, and that's just as tragic, if not more. I mean, I really like DJ Vinyl Vertigo, and I had a little I had a little moment with him, or with a little moment for him this morning with on a private stream that I kind of gave him a shout out, and did my best to kind of write a little eulogy. But yeah, I really liked him a lot, and he was a super cool cat, and I liked his videos. I always wanted him to do his videos. He had the worst lighting in his videos. You know, rest easy, Scott. But he always had this light like behind him, and all he needed was like a little lampshade on his camera to fix it. And I always wanted, because it gave him this like washed out look, and it made the exposure all wrong. And I wanted to fix him, and I wrote it to him a couple times. I can help you fix this, but he didn't quite take the advice. But he was such a I don't think I'm going to be able to re-say what I said this morning, but he was such a formidable, you know, he had formidable charisma. You couldn't out charisma the guy. And he had that voice, and he had that gravitas in a room. And he, you know, was an amazing singer. And I remember hearing about how he told me many times he'd come to Japan, and he loved his time in Japan, loved his time in Tokyo. And he talked to anytime I got to be on stream with him. And I got to be on stream with him. I was feel very fortunate that I got to be on stream with him a bunch of times. I'm shocked. I'm kind of shocked that he's gone, because he was just so vivacious and full of life, and really super bummer, because he still had a lot of living to do. And James Farley, yeah, Scott was always smiling. I'll miss him. Hot damn Elaine in the house. Hot damn Elaine. Elaine, I'm not sure, you might not have caught wind, but there was a character in Vinyl World named Scott, DJ Vinyl Vertigo, from Florida. I sent him a postcard and a sticker down to Florida once, and he passed away from, I think, kind of suddenly. I think he had like a string of situations. Like he had a stroke, and he was fighting cancer, and he just like I don't know what happened, but I think it all came up, and like I kind of he had said that he had some health issues, but I kind of like, he was so genki. This is the word we use in Japanese. He was so active and so genki. Yeah, it's a bummer. Man, it's weird, right? Because Arnie, Elaine's friend Arnie, like, was another character who's gone from, you know, this circle of people, and this was not something I was prepared for, to meet people in an online world, an online universe of people, and then for them to be gone and to be crushed by it. I don't think this hasn't happened many times for me. And so it's kind of, yeah, disorienting. And yeah, Dolly is a great run, but I don't think Scotty had another 20 or 30 years to live. He had a lot more to give, as did Dolly. Let me come back to Dolly, and then let me come back to Scott again. There was a few things I want to talk about Dolly. I mean, there's just so much you can say about her. She was the story that I always loved. I mean, I love those old interviews on Johnny Carson. I love how she did that bit where she's like, I don't call this the Tonight Show, I call it the Johnny Carson Show, which is so true. Everybody called it the Johnny Carson Show. And she did that song where she said, you know, a song like a tribute song to Johnny Carson, and like I didn't make it till I got on the Tonight Show, but which of course she'd made it huge long before she was ever on the Tonight Show. But and then she's told that story, I think, to who was it? I don't know, like 60 Minutes, where she was getting asked about selling her publishing rights to I think I Will Always Love You, because Elvis was going to do it. She wasn't going to sell her publishing rights, but she was told by Captain Tom or whatever Elvis's guy's name was. That when Elvis records a song, he gets all or half the publishing, and Dolly said, "Well, I can't do that," and she didn't. And I really like respect that she stood her ground against Elvis, and I don't think anybody was wrong in the situation. Like Colonel Tom or whatever his name wasn't wrong to like get the publishing for Elvis. Elvis wasn't wrong to like want to do the song and to not do it when he couldn't get the publishing. And Dolly wasn't wrong to, keep the publishing. And it's just a cool story in music. I listened to the Black Crowes interview with Rick Beato today. Those guys they don't take any bullshit. And they're another band that like, I don't know if you guys from the Midwest, Midwest is always kind of an interesting name because what is the Midwest? Like the Midwest, I mean, there's nothing really west about Ohio, and yet, or Chicago doesn't feel Western at all to me. This is somebody who spent, a lot of years in Colorado, a lot of years in Oklahoma. And anyway, I'm from Tulsa, and Tulsans don't really, they're not the South, and yet they kind of are the South, and they're not the Southwest, and yet New Yorkers or Atlantonians think that it's like Tulsa, Oklahoma is like the Southwest, and then like Midwesterners, nobody wants to claim Oklahoma, which is fine, but I think because you have this like hospitality and this kind of you've got some kind of Southern sensibilities. You connect a little bit with those places. And I mean, it's certainly country, or parts of it at least, even I didn't really wish it was when I was growing up. But it was a band like the Black Crowes that I was, Elaine's, you're West Coast, Elaine, all the way. Yeah. Um, the Black Crowes, like they represented, even though they were from Atlanta, and even though Atlanta's a million miles away from Tulsa, when I saw a band like that on MTV that was wearing like, leathered, cowboy hats and like, pointy boots, shit kickers, I thought, oh shit, that's like that. I know what that is. So, and I don't know, like, I don't know if Oklahoma and Tennessee, are close enough to be siblings or to be, what's the word I'm looking for? To be, have a through line. But Dolly was, the fact that she was from Tennessee, and Tennessee's got an element of, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. I mean, the fact of the matter is that Dolly was everybody's, and you've seen the headlines a few times today. Like Dolly was the one thing that all Americans could agree upon, and it's true. And there's not that many things out there, or not that many people out there that are like that. And she was just so her true self, Got married to Dolly. I saw Dolly had an interesting husband. I don't really know about the story, but I think he already passed away. I remember. What are you getting at there, DJ Mr. Joel? Got married to Dolly. Anyway, giant loss, and she'll be sorely missed. And of course, her father being, a very clever business person and a very clever, very smart person, despite the fact that he couldn't despite the fact that he was like very clever and a very smart guy, he couldn't read or write. And I think Dolly took it upon herself to like start this foundation. Carl passed a year ago. Yeah, so there are two angels in heaven now, and but she started this foundation where she gave books, millions and millions and millions of books away to children's books to families in need. And that was all to honor her father and to promote literature and literacy and um, education. And I heard somebody say like she could have been a billionaire. She had like Dollyland, she could have been a billionaire, and yet she spent her money in you know in altruistic ways. And I just think I think if you were tempted, like if you just got millions of dollars and millions and millions and millions, and it just came to you, and it was it would be so hard to let go of it, and it would be so like it would never be enough. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, about how even when you get more, you still want more, and how there's this like there's never quite enough. And even if you were making 10 times the amount, it doesn't really change who you are, and it never feels like you've escaped the rat race. And but Dolly did. She I think, at least she presents that way, that she didn't wasn't it I'm sure she had luxury coming out her ears, but and I'm sure she had when she talked about the keeping the publishing against Elvis, from Elvis or from Colonel Tom, it was not for it was for her family. That's what she said. She said something about like those are monies that I want to keep for my family. She said that. And I don't really know all that much about Dolly, but I love watching clips of Dolly. And of course, she was on the Muppets, right? She was great on the Muppets. It's like John Denver. Yeah. She saved entire towns, says DJ Mr. Joel. Yeah. Dollywood is great, charming, but with hardcore roller coasters. Interesting. I don't know anything. I just learned about Dollywood like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 years ago. I didn't know about it. I would have loved to have gone. I don't even know really what it looks like. I imagine it's like, the countryside of Disneyland. Doesn't Disneyland have like a little? It's got like the Steamboat Willie ride and the like log ride. I feel like it's something like that. Dollyland. I don't know what Dollyland's like, but hardcore roller coasters. That's fun because she was like, she had a little zing, didn't she? She had some character. She said like she was always talking about, she said in that thing like, you don't want me on stage woozy with my big old personality. It just was like, she's so funny. And then she said like, she was always kind of relatable and self-deprecating despite being who she was. So yeah, Dolly. Somebody should make a movie about her. She was so pretty. She was so pretty. Actually, this is gonna sound really weird, but my father's mother, like, must have loved Dolly. She looked just like Dolly Parton. I think my dad's mother, like, married something like 7 men. She wore like she was a stylist, and she had like a big blonde hair, and like a convertible car, and she wore big old sunglasses, and she had like a scarf on, and she wore like leopard print like leggings and like stiletto heels, and she was like an 80s phenomenon. And she was, yeah, I don't yeah, she was kind of a fast gal. And I'm sure she took inspiration from Dolly. Oh, my tripod's kind of, it's moving on its own. Um, Dollywood is going to be popping with people paying tribute for years. Think Graceland upscale. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think Dolly might, surpass Elvis in terms of like pop cultural relevance. Isn't that interesting? That's an interesting thought. It'd be, yeah. I was just saying like how pretty she was. I mean, she was just such a thing to behold. And Scott, back to Scott, DJ Vono Vertigo, he was too, man. He had such a good face and he had such a good character and he had that big old laugh and those big teeth and like this is like great smile, great character. Oh God, he was on those GPLs. I wonder if I hope that didn't. No. That I hope that he did talk openly about that though. He was on those weight loss drugs. But speaking of, yeah, and another thing, like I heard that Scott was like this incredible singer. He talked about how he sang backup vocals on in these various bands, and he traveled the world with. I didn't really when he came to Japan, he played for some Japanese artist. I forgot who it was, but he shared just a kind of a local live performance that he did. I think they did like Stop Making Sense. They did like songs from Top Stop Making Sense, and he wore a big white suit and he got up on stage and he sung David Byrne's part. And I thought it was kind of this lo-fi video, but when he came on, it was great. He sang it was so clear and it was so bright, and he sang with like tons of power, and I was super impressed. I was like really blown away. I was like, oh dang, this guy is not just talking, he's like, it's the real deal. And not only that, but he wielded the crowd. He was a great front man and not bashful at all. I was really impressed, man. I'm gonna miss him too. I really am. I considered him a friend, even though I never really met him in real. Even though I never met him in real life, I did consider him a friend, and I'm stunned. Yes, resonance is the word I was looking for. Thank you, DJ Mr. Joel. You could hear the resonance in his speaking voice, right? Tauntaun, thank you. That's nice. That's a coffee, dude. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Is that Tauntaun? Is that my friend Tauntaun? Tano-san? Is that you? I hope so. By the way, I had to like, speaking of David Byrne, I'll come clean. Oh, I'm so ashamed. I've told this to my members crew, the Record Style Discord. I haven't admitted to this publicly yet, but I'll tell you. I'm so ashamed. I'm so fucking ashamed. Maybe I did talk about this on one of the motorcycle things. But I got a ticket to David Byrne coming to Tokyo. My friend Bemsha hooked me up with a ticket. I paid for it, but he was like, I got dibs on an extra ticket if you want to come. I got a ticket to go see David Byrne at Ariake Hall, and I was not going to go to Summer Sonic this year, which I usually do every year. I usually go to I often consider going to Summer Sonic because there's often great bands that I want to see there, even though it's like a horrible place to see a show. But there's bands that my wife wants to see. There's bands that my kids want to see. So we can all enjoy a little holiday at Summer Sonic. But it's so hot. But we weren't going to go this year. And then that new Strokes record came out, and I was really into it. And then I was like, oh shit, the Strokes are playing Summer Sonic. Like I really want to go to Summer Sonic. And anyway, I got it in my head that David Byrne was going to play the night after the Strokes. And the night that the Strokes played, I didn't end up getting the ticket. I'm getting to that right now, Yornimer. Yornimer is asking a question. Brian, do I remember correctly? You're having a music event this weekend, DJ Selector event. Are you live streaming it? So I'm getting to that right now. I this David Byrne show, I was super excited about it. And the night that the Strokes were playing, and I couldn't get a ticket because I'd already spent my budget on David Byrne, and it was kind of expensive. And I like was trying to weasel my way into the Stroke show by getting a backstage friend's pass or something, a +1 somewhere, and I didn't get in. And so that night I was like listening to the Strokes, and I was thinking on the record player, and I was like, well, maybe tomorrow, at least tomorrow night, I can go see David Byrne. And I was checking my messages, and like on another Instagram account that I have, I saw a bunch of messages from my friend Bemsha, who was like, "Where are you, dude? We're at David Byrne. Where are you? You're not here." And I was like, "No, David Byrne's the night after the Strokes." And he's like, and I'm like looking at the messages, and I'm like, I go to my ticket app, and there's no ticket in there's no more David Byrne ticket in there. I go look at the calendar, and my calendar says it's like on the 15th, and it's like he's playing on, and I got it wrong, and I missed David Byrne. I had a fucking ticket, and I missed David Byrne. I just didn't go to the show. I just forgot about it. I thought it was the night after the Strokes and not the night before. And I missed my probably one and only chance to see one of the greatest shows ever. And it sent me into a week-long depression. Like serious mental crisis. I was really, really bummed. And I was like disappointed. Not that I missed, not only that I missed the show, but that I just forgot to see it. It was had I been sick or had I double booked or but the fact that I felt so irresponsible, and I felt I could have made a memory of my life, I could have it could have been an unforgettable memory, and it just passed me by, and I didn't get to see it. And it's aged, my friend. You have to write it down, everything down. I know, Elaine. Thank you. But I was so bummed out about it that I had to call I had an appointment to have another I had an appointment to make a video of a record store. I had to call the dude and be like, dude, I can't do it. I've got too much. I'm spinning. I can't even think about making a video right now. I called the DJ event that I'd worked so hard to get this event going, and I had to call the dude and be like, I just need to cancel. I just need to eject. I can't think about anything right now. And I had another thing that happened personally. It wasn't a big deal, but I had somebody kind of lay into me about something that wasn't really deserved, but it kind of was. And I was just like, everything's the sky's falling. And I canceled my DJ event. I postponed it. I called him and I said, I can't. I still needed to find DJs, and people weren't returning my phone calls. And it was still 2 weeks away, and I could have pulled it off, but I didn't want to stress about it. And I was I want stars to be better aligned to get this thing going. So I canceled it, which was also further. Okay, I'm just airing my dirty laundry here, but yeah, I miss David Byrne. Moshwaki gozaimasen. I'm so super sorry to myself, to David Byrne, to my homie Bemsha, to everybody who was like, dude, you what? I know, I'm so bad. And I have all the records, and I'm so bad. And it would have been so great. And of course, my friend Bemsha comes out of the show, and he's like, it was the best show ever. Anyway. Well, there's somebody playing guitar right over my shoulder here. Some people hanging out watching them. Sounds pretty nice. Can you guys hear it? Oh gosh, okay. Well, I think we're not going to get any record collectors. I got here too late, and That's okay. We did talk to somebody about music. I always like to try to catch 3 people, but we did have a nice chat with Peyton. Patton. Peyton. And wow, I like your style, dude. Like your style. I'm doing a live stream talking about music. You want to come talk about music? Yeah? All right, nice. Dude, you're a little tall. I got to make the camera get a little tall. Here, we'll step back. Yeah, yeah. What's your name, man?
Let's go. I'm OG.
OG. No, OG. No, wait. That's your name?
I'm Yo OG.
Yo OG. Yo OG. Yo OG in the house. Okay.
Yes,
Yo OG.
sir.
We're in Shimokitazawa. My name's Brian.
Hell yeah.
And
what up,
this is called Tokyorecordstyle. And we're doing Show Me Your Records or Talk to Me About Music.
Oh, fuck. I wish
Okay.
I had the records I bought.
That's
here.
okay. So if I see like Disc Union or Tower Records,
yeah.
I stop and I say, hey, come, we're doing a live stream. Come chat us about music.
Yeah.
So, Yo OG, what are you out doing today? I dig your style. You got some fresh digs on.
Yeah.
Like the hat, like the shirt, the like Michael Myers. Yeah,
You want a little fit check real quick?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's all of it. So
really?
Tokyo Record style.
Okay.
It's also about style.
Okay,
So you
okay.
go from the bottom up. You got your Chuck Taylors on. You got blue Chucks. You got
The
some cool
custom
socks on
joints,
there. Some
custom,
Supreme socks.
You know.
Okay, some
You got
nice
the
denim shorts. Those are
Girbauds,
fresh.
You feel me? Girbaud denim.
Girbaud.
You feel
Tell me the brand. What are these brands? What's this brand?
Girbaud.
Girbaud.
I think it's Maurice.
Okay.
Girbaud. It's like
It's
a
fresh.
French brand,
It's
you feel
super
me?
fresh. You got some wicked keychain going on
I
here.
got the
Dude,
La
show
Boo
us off this. Got some La Boo Boo keychain going on. Hold on. Oh, well, hold on. We'll come in. Check them
I got
out.
the La Boo Boo, you feel me? I got that from back home. I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, nice.
Feel me?
Okay.
Yeah, I got
You get the
I got
gold
the
one.
gold BAPE,
What? That's
you feel me?
BAPE. Okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got
and
that from the store.
he's blinged out,
Yeah,
dude.
hella cool. It's my dog
Yeah.
right here. It's good luck.
Okay.
I
And
got
SpongeBob
this, you
and
feel
BAPE. Okay.
Yeah, and I got that from the Meiji Jingu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the nigga was like sewing them. He was like sewing it like right outside the spot.
Oh, I thought you were saying you got it like at the shrine, like at the
Like,
from
like,
the from
right
the
outside
tip.
the shrine. Like, right
Okay,
outside
the
so
guy
it's still
selling
the
them.
Same magic, like
Okay.
yeah.
Dude, and then you got this cool. This is like hand sewn on
Yeah,
here.
This is actually like Awesome Boy. It's
Awesome
like a
Boy?
brand based out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about it. It's fresh. It's Harajuku.
Harajuku. Yeah.
Okay,
Big
nice.
Store located in Harajuku.
Nice.
I can't tell you exactly where because I'm still navigating.
Okay.
But I remember how to get there.
All right. Well, look at it. Tell us the.
It's called Awesome Boy.
Awesome Boy. Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
yeah.
So, are you visiting? Are you living in Tokyo?
I'm working on getting a visa or some shit.
Okay, it's
like,
getting
for sure.
tough right
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
They're not making it easy.
I hear that. It's like some ways that
It's
I'm not
t-
willing
okay.
to disclose because I gotta make it.
Right. How long have you been here?
I've been here since August 15th.
Okay, so just like a week or two. Okay,
Like
great.
almost 2 weeks, yeah.
Okay, well, nice.
And
All
I leave
right.
September 10th.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what have you been doing while you're here?
I've been making music with like some of the homies that are locals. We got like 2 shows coming up.
Oh, tell us about the shows.
One is gonna be at Bloody Angle Tokyo. No, not Bloody Angle Tokyo. Bloody Angle Guten Tag. Which is
Guten Tag.
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
dope, like record bar.
Bloody Angle Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
in it's in
It's in Shibuya.
it's in Shibuya. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's you guys are mixing beat. What do you guys make? What kind?
So at Bloody Angle, I'll be doing DJing
Okay.
and like yeah.
And you're spinning hip
Yo,
hop.
low key, they love hip hop, so I had to throw some in there, especially like something they probably ain't heard before.
Okay.
But
Your
for-
own.
I could.
Okay.
I could be doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just
Sounds
wanted
like
to get
fun.
Classic with it.
Is there gonna be a drum kit? Or are you guys gonna be playing instruments too, or
I got
no?
SP and I could rig it up to the CDJ. I was thinking about doing that.
Okay, nice,
But, you
dude.
feel me?
All
Might
right.
Just keep it classic, and I got like some deep house, down tempo.
Nice.
You know?
Okay, let's get our
do
dance
some
on.
Footwork, like Chicago type shit.
Okay.
Can I curse?
Yeah, you're fine. You're
Okay,
fine. You're
okay,
fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Okay. When is that show?
That's September 2nd.
September 2nd.
Yeah.
At
At Bloody Angle.
Bloody
Guten
Angle.
Tag.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll get
yeah.
it in the show notes. I'll find it
Yeah,
online.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And you have another show after that.
On September 5th, I got like 2 actually. I forgot. I might have double booked myself, but I don't know.
Oh no.
But like, yo, shout out my Yumi Killer. Like, she gave me the first show ever. Like,
Okay.
September 5th.
Yumi.
My Yumi.
My Yumi. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out my Yumi.
Very dope producer and DJ, and she got a cool store called Lore Behind the Store.
Okay.
Where it will take place at, and I think it's out here in Shimokita.
Okay. Let's get tapped into it. I want to check it out.
Yeah.
We'll invite some homies and we'll see what we can rally.
Hell
September
yeah.
2nd, we have a week. It's a week away.
Well, that one's September 5th.
5th. Okay, so a couple of
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's wicked. So
Hell
what
yeah.
about you just came from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
We got some Brooklyn homies in the house. My friend Issa he might be gone by now, but what's happening in Brooklyn? Brooklyn's always going off, but like
bruh. Brooklyn's
center of
got
the
a lot of like young art popping off. Like, I got a couple homies that I've been making music with. I make beats too, but I haven't had to really worry about a beat, and I feel very blessed and spoiled. But
Why don't you have to worry about a beat? Because all your friends are making them for
they're
you.
just making it, and
Okay.
it's so cool.
So
Yeah.
is this your first time to Japan?
Yeah, bro, this shit is magic.
Nice, dude. That's what I wanted to hear.
Magical. It feel like Disney World everywhere.
Right. What's been you've only been here, what'd you say, five days or so.
Yeah,
What's
like,
your,
like seven, 8.
what's been the highlight so far? What's something that's kind of like knocked your socks off?
Shit, bro. Because I've been out here for a week, and I thought last night was the littest night, but it did not. It's probably not, like.
Not that lit. What'd you do?
I don't even want to talk about it. I'm not even gonna lie, but we was
Okay.
outside having fun. I was
Hey,
outside
man,
with
that's
my ninjas,
nice.
and it was a vibe.
Okay, dude, I always tell people, like, there's no wrong answers. Like,
Yeah.
anything goes.
Hell
And
yeah.
like, if you're like waiting outside a place or like that's the greatest thing about the city is like, it's unknowable, it's unpredictable, and
Yeah.
anything can, then that's kind of how
All right, I'll tell you, like, the best thing that happened is just realizing who you are when coming out here, because you're so far from home and everybody see it, but like everybody see you here as like who you are, so it makes you twice as much if you're willing to be yourself.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Awesome shit.
So, what can we check you out online? Can we check you
Yeah,
out?
yeah.
Can we follow you? Want to mention your Insta?
My Instagram is very easy. It's Supreme47G.
Supreme47G. Okay. Oh, new OG. No wait. Yo OG. Yo OG. I got a sticker for you. Thanks for coming and
hell
saying
yeah,
hello.
bro. It's about to go on my record player.
Oh yeah, dude. So there's
Yeah.
the Tokyo Record
Oh,
Style
yeah,
sticker.
this is
Kawaii
dope.
ne. It's cute.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
so nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Thanks
bro.
for saying
Do you
hello.
live out here?
Yeah. I'm living here for like
You gotta dap me up with your right hand.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah. I'm living here since 2004.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. Long time.
It's crazy how much of a time capsule this is, because it feels like 2009. Like, I feel like Kanye just dropped Graduation
Oh,
Like-
yeah.
on some shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's changed a lot, but I think you still can get glimpses of like the 2009s, and also like, I mean, it's like this giant puzzle of like all new pieces, old pieces,
Yeah.
super futuristic pieces, super ancient pieces, all mixed up together.
Or it feel like 2050 out here, for real. But back in America, we in 2020 for sure.
Right.
But here is like, I mean, even global warming kind of taking a bit more of an effect.
Right.
Because it's
still
it's
hot.
like a cake I'm breathing
I
in
know.
every time.
I know,
The sun
but
bake it
people
up.
complain about Brooklyn. They complain about New York heat, but it's nothing compared to
Yeah,
this.
nah, they ain't
Right,
seen
right.
that. They
You
need to
can't
come here
escape.
though. This place is still like untouchable.
Well, have fun, explore endlessly, and go to Big Love. I wish I had my Big,
Big
Love
Love
shirt on.
Records?
Big Love Records.
I've heard it. I gotta go.
Yeah, I think Kanye did the original logo for their record store. Don't quote me on that, but
yeah,
I
don't
think
quote him
he
on
did, like, Graduation Era. That's how old the logo
Wow.
is. So you gotta check it out. It's where the cool kids are hanging out. It's
Okay,
a
for
cool
sure.
record store, yeah. And they have a
check
little
it.
bar inside, and it's
Yeah.
fresh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where else can I? There's another place not far from here, Pink Noise. It's my
Okay.
new cool jam. It's in where you stand.
I was in Shimokita, but now I'm in Shibuya.
Okay.
And
There's a f-
Sando.
There's a cool yeah, Pink Noise. Pink Noise.
For
Just
sure.
put it on your
Big Love
on
and
your
Pink
radar.
Noise.
Yeah, Big Love and Pink Noise.
For
Honey,
sure.
what else?
And you said your name was Ralph?
Brian.
Brian.
Yeah,
My-
so
my
nice
fault,
to meet
brother.
you. Yeah, thanks so
Yeah.
much for saying hello.
Yo.
Yeah, I really dig your style. I'm glad I saw you walking by. I'm like, oh, dude, this guy looks fresh. I'm glad you stopped and turned around and said hello.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
link me up on. There's a QR code on the back of the
For sure.
sticker.
Okay, bet.
Yeah,
Bet.
link up and let's stay in touch. Maybe we'll see you at your show on the 2nd and on the 5th. I'll find out what they are. If you link me up, I'll be sure to get it in the show notes.
Hell yeah.
All right, dude. All right, peace out. Yeah,
Stay
take
up
care.
late, my bro.
All right, take care, man.
Peace.
Nice. Yoji. I liked his style. I liked his hat. He was fresh. I'm glad that he came and said hello. With the cool music in the background. Issa Official. I'm here. Haha. Oh, he's in New York. I knew he was from New York the moment he spoke one word. Yeah, I figured as much. Oh, you're here on the stream. Okay, I thought you were saying I'm here in New York right now. We might have to go to his show. We might have to go to his show at, where was it? Yeah, he had some fresh digs. I liked his digs. I like that keychain. He had the Labubu, the BAPE, SpongeBob. Quite like new school, really fresh. SpongeBob, I love that people love SpongeBob. I know nothing about SpongeBob, but I fucking love that my SpongeBob is like Ren and Stimpy, I think. I don't really know anything about SpongeBob other than the fact that they like adopted the song, the Mollusk. They adopted the album The Mollusk and Ocean Man off that record, which just gives them instant street cred in my book. And the animation itself, it's so fucking weird. And like SpongeBob's, it just makes no sense. And like, I love it for that reason alone. I don't even have to watch it to love it. I think it was like, kind of like, my son was into SpongeBob for a little bit, but it was sort of like, it didn't quite align with his youth and certainly not mine. But yeah, SpongeBob. I think one of the guys who did like Massimo, what's that fashion brand? There's an Italian fashion brand. It's like, I think one of their like lead designers, their head designer for like a handful of years, he brought SpongeBob into the nomenclature of the brand, and they had like, it was like Gucci and SpongeBob. There are SpongeBob themed extreme metal bands, says DJ Mr. Joel. Interesting. Well, cool. Okay, there's two folks I talked to. I should have asked him a musical recommendation. I didn't think to ask him that. Okay, so I did write a few notes down here. I think I'm getting on to, how long have I been going? 57 minutes. Yeah. How do I pronounce this one? Moschino. Yeah, they brought in SpongeBob into their fashion line for a few years, and like everybody scoffed at them. And I just thought it was so cool and so funny. And they were like, they're like, you're gonna ruin the brand. You're gonna ruin the heritage and the legacy of the brand. And it was just super, super funny and super cool. Like properly sweating. So I got my little book here. I'm holding it, but I haven't like read a thing from it. But well, there's a sticker in it. If you want a sticker, send me a DM and I'll be glad to send you a sticker. Have a nice play. There's my QR code on there. Like the video if you haven't already. I'd most appreciate it. Go follow me on Instagram at tokyorecordstyle if you wouldn't mind. I think my website, my server crashed. My website is being hosted on my homie's server, and I think he might have had some power issues or something, but should be back up soon. But it's tokyorecordstyle.com. You can sign up for the newsletter there. It might be back online by now, but I noticed that it went off earlier today. Some band I used to like around the time the Electro Clash bands came out. A band called Electrocute played on the SpongeBob soundtrack. Their song Bikini Bottom is great. How did SpongeBob do it? What is it about SpongeBob? I just think it's so, you know, I heard like the Black Crows talking today about they were talking about like what makes a great record to Rick Beato, and they were saying like, like an album doesn't have like a singer doesn't have to sing in key, and when they auto tune everything, and when they like, what's the word, quantize or whatever this is, where they like get the beats exactly, on the mathematically correct. Like it doesn't appeal to our ears, and you want a record that has a little bit of out of key singing, or it speeds up or slows down a little bit. That makes it groovy, and that makes it I don't know, or just like our ears are used to hearing that, and when it suddenly becomes quantized, it stops being human. And they were talking about like really really influential albums, and they were saying how like none of the albums that they really like loved and grew up on were like virtuosic playing or particularly like great sounding records. But he was saying that like he liked a album that like created a universe that he could get inside, and I totally can relate to that. Like all of my favorite albums are these kind of cohesive universes that I can go inside, and I can I can occupy this universe. I can be enveloped by these songs and by this music. And I don't know, there's something about like SpongeBob that and Ren and Stimpy as well, and Beavis and Butthead and Aeon Flux, and like some of the great movies and great animation, but like you just can get sucked into the thing, and it doesn't have to make sense. The Green Lantern was like this for me, the comic book. It's like nothing has to make sense, and the story doesn't have to like have any logic, and as long as I'm like, it gives me a universe to occupy, and it's one that I can kind of not necessarily like escape to or be lost in, but one that I can just like, I don't know, like relax in or be chillin'. I'm assured that I could watch SpongeBob and just, I would never be like, what is this? I just would like watch it and just be like, oh, I don't know what's going on, but I love it. Have you seen Akira? God damn, why'd you have to ask me that, DJ Mr. Joel? Set in Neo Tokyo, it's just the best. I mean, I'm so ashamed. I'm almost more ashamed that I have not seen Akira than the fact that I missed David Byrne. I just never have gotten around to see it. AZ Beltry in the house? Morning, everyone. It's my 5:30 a.m. in Arizona, starting my day with Tokyo Records. Cheers, dude. Nice to see you. I'm sure AZ Beltry. Bunny God in the house. Hope to bump into you on December. Please do. I would love for you to come and bump into me. Have I missed any other comments? It pings me. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Does Dice or Band is in Town apps work in Japan? I don't know about either of these apps. It says Yornimer. These apps on my phone have notifications when band or artists I follow. Oh yeah, we have some. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, probably I need that. Probably need that. Although I don't think I go see enough. Bro, says DJ Mr. I know. Don't shame me. Believe me, I'm humiliated. Can I watch it tonight? Where can I'm tired of saying that I've never seen it. I know what it's about. And I've seen, and there's the Akira bikes are all over Tokyo. Not all over, but there's guys who like mod their scooters, and and I think they actually like Honda made one, or whoever it was. Somebody, like, there's a production model of that motorcycle. And here, I'll ask you one, DJ Mr. Rule. Have you ever seen Bart Kira? Bart Kira? Bart Simpson times Akira? It's pretty fun. What is this song? Da, da, da. I know this song. It's a very famous song. I heard an oh, I'm running out of battery. Okay, I think I only have, hold on. 20% left. Oh, that's Yumin. That's Yumi Arai. Da, 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 ba, da, 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 da. Oh, very nice. That's from one of the Ghibli movies. That's Kiki's Delivery Service, I think. Can you hear it? Let's go fucking listen. It sounds great. This is Kumo something or other. Chemtrails. Sasaga. That was really good. Okay, so I do this sometimes, believe it or not. I'll come out here and busk just for fun. And I was really hoping that two of my friends were going to come out tonight, Sanae and Yamato-san, but they didn't come. Okay, maybe if we get another song, we'll come back. Oh, now I'm all super close. Hold on, let me zoom out. Okay. 66 minutes. I did it. I went an hour. Yeah, recapping here real quick. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton, Scott, DJ Vinyl Vertigo. Super bummed. Thanks to my American friends from Jacksonville who like chatted me up for a little bit. These guys were really nice. Taught me about Flipknot. I'll have to I got one band recommendation tonight, and to Yo G, he was cool, and then these guys are quite nice. And just in my notes here, I wrote this 2 or 3 days ago. Summer's fighting for its last gasp. Super hot today and tomorrow. Today is tomorrow, I think. Awa Adori already talked about that. Oh, I met this interesting. Well, that's not really. Yeah. Oh, I met Baraka P Dub. That was really cool. You guys know Baraka P Dub? Really cool cat from Houston, from Wyoming originally, but he works at NASA in Houston, and he works on the safety team. And they make sure that all the stuff that they send up to the space station is safe. And they check how much it weighs, and they check what it's made of, and they make sure that it's all safe. Very interesting. They come over here with like an independent third-party safety inspector, and half the team is like from NASA, and half the team is from like the third-party inspector, and they're all friends and friendly, but they have to kind of like tattle on each other if they get in trouble. And this was really cool. And it was great to see Baraka P Dub. And I happened to be at JAXA the day that he came into town, which was really cool. And just coincidence. JAXA is NASA's or is Japan's NASA. We went out for some really great ramen and had a nice chat. I was hoping we were going to get a record dig in, but he just was busy. Oh, Feeble Little Horse. Bryce, if you're still hanging around, I listened to Feeble Little Horse. They were that was their third album. What was it called? I forgot the name of the record, but from Pittsburgh, indie band from Pittsburgh, Feeble Little Horse. I assume probably you guys know about them. They were new to me. Bryce scored a Big Love exclusive from them and sent them to my house, and I gave them a listen. And really nice, female-led band. Something about it reminded me a little bit of Liz Phair. It had this kind of bit knot. Great record, says AZ Beltry. Oh, I just found the news. Akira 4K and IMAX re-release. The movie will re-release in the United States and Canada on September. Oh, you know what I'll recommend to you guys? I'll recommend you check out Unpacking Japan. It's a guy named Toby. He's a podcaster. He's got a YouTube channel. It's called Unpacking Japan, and he's got some great interviews with interesting movers and shakers in Japan, mostly non-Japanese people, although he has a lot of Japanese people on as well. And his most recent interview is with an author, a scholar, a literary writer who wrote a lot about subculture and pop culture, and he wrote about Akira. And he interviewed Murakami, and he interviewed Takahashi, and he interviewed Miyazaki, and he's an interesting cat. And he's written 7 or 8 books. I didn't know his name, but he just talked about how Japan anime like never prioritized overseas markets. And so this is interesting that you bring this up, Yornimer, that Akira is getting a 4K and IMAX re-release, because the studios in Japan just apparently, like, there was plenty of market share to be had in Japan, and they were getting like inquiries from publishing houses outside of Japan saying that they wanted to, they wanted publishing rights or they wanted, to publish mangas and animes overseas, and they couldn't like read the contract. They couldn't read the emails even, and they just ignored them. A lot of like big anime houses, and they had to hire like staff just to be able to like answer emails that were written in English. And a couple of them, I think that I heard he tells the story of like how who was it? I think it was like the Pokemon crew, like they got fleeced on their first deal. Some guy like owned some sort of syndicated rights in America. Some New Yorker guy like wrote a clever contract, and the Japanese didn't negotiate at all, just assumed that it was all goodwill. What he was saying is that these days when anime comes out, it comes out in tandem in other languages. Like when we grew up, or I mean, I can't even really say for my generation, because I really wasn't watching anime when I was a kid. I don't think so, unless I was watching it and I was unaware that I was watching anime. And that could be true actually. But whatever titles got published, it was months, if not years, after the originals came out that you'd get them dubbed in your language or with subtitles. And same for Western movies in Japan. Like we don't often get like giant blockbusters the same time that the rest of the world does. They just are like, they're slow to translate them or dub them or add subtitles to them. So it's like sometimes like Star Wars will come out at the same time, or Spider-Man or something, but like some kind of non-blockbuster movie that everybody's kind of raving about, we might have to wait like half a year for it to come here. And he's saying how that's changed over the last few years, especially in anime. And now when a title comes out in Japan, it'll come out in French and Spanish and English and everywhere else in the world like really quick. Yornimer says he just saw Feeble Little Horse a couple of months back. Love them live. Nice, Yornimer. They're playing Tucson in December. Snagged tickets 2 days ago. Nice, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna find Akira. I don't know where I can find it. It's got to be easily findable. But I know that if you were of the age when you should have found that, like let's call it 14, 15, 16, or even like maybe even 19 or 20, like you had to go digging for Japanese stuff. Like, and I wasn't a Japanophile. I wasn't into manga. I didn't even really come to Japan because I was like obsessed with Japan. I just came to Japan as a way to not go back to America. Essentially is how I got here. I just didn't want to go back, and I knew that I couldn't go on living in India or Nepal or Indonesia or Philippines, and I just was like, I'll just go back to Japan. I can actually live there. So that's how I came here, with no knowledge of manga or anime, or the only Japanese culture really that I knew, besides like the basic cuisine, restaurant like sushi or teppanyaki, or was snowboarding. which is of course not really Japanese culture, but I was always reading about Japanese skiing and snowboarding in the snowboard magazines, and I knew that they always had these like badass skiers and snowboarders here in these crazy parks, and there was like Japanese snowboarders in the park at Breckenridge, I remember, that were just like monsters. And that was really all I really knew about Japan. And so it was totally eye-opening. So Akira just like didn't. And then I got confused with like Kurosawa because his first name is Akira Kurosawa. And I thought like, is Kurosawa the same Akira? And they're like, no, it's a different Akira. And then I was like, okay, which do I start with? Akira Kurosawa or the animation Akira by whoever that is? And, just like, oblivious to it, all of it, embarrassingly so. And people, I've been shamed for it many times. How can you come and live in Japan and you don't know that? I'm just sorry. I'm just like, I'm doing my best. I'm doing with the best with what I have. I've got a lot of interests, a lot of different interests, and my interests are sort of wide and shallow, and as opposed to knowing something really well and really deep. I like doing a lot of different things. But I want to see it. And I'm always embarrassed to say that I haven't seen it because I know it's really important. Bart's Kira, though, go check out Bart's Kira. Just look it up. I think there's a manga that exists. I don't think an anime exists, but maybe one does. It was basically like a crowdsourced, a fan-made version of Akira with Simpsons characters, and like every frame of the movie was drawn by some artist from somewhere around the world, and they compiled a million illustrations together to make like a flip book of Bart's Kira. And it was a good project. I don't know if I have that exactly right, but my friend who runs the Tokyo Comic Art Tokyo Comic Book Fair, he was one of the champions of the project, Bart's Kira. I don't know if this is going to be of interest to anyone, but I'm going to close out on this. I was just kind of like brainstorming some topics that I could like riff on out here if I didn't find any record collectors. And I'm always just kind of spitballing, these live streams that I do. I'm not like riffing around with somebody. It's always on my own. So I'm not really often talking about like records that are coming out, press releases, because I'm not that interested in that. But I mean, I like to keep tabs on it as best I can, but it's not something that I like. I like to kind of let my mind wander. And, I was talking to somebody. I went and bought that motorcycle with a sidecar. I'm a motorcycle guy. I have a motorcycle with a sidecar, and I went and bought it like 4 or 5, 6 prefectures away, and it took me like 4 days to drive it back the long way. Oh, I think I'm running out of power here. It took me a long time to drive it back to Tokyo, and every place that I stopped along the way, whether it be a rest area or a gas station or a little cafe or a site, a scenic view, everybody wanted to come and talk about the motorcycle with the sidecar. And it was so fun. And my Japanese is good enough to just talk about whatever. And the conversations that I was having with those people, it was just like fun and quick and easy and happy. And it was, I like to keep like a million little stories in my back pocket, or a million little aces up my sleeve, so that when somebody says, "Oh, my thing is skeet shooting," I can be like, "Oh, I know this or that about skeet shooting," just like whatever it is, just to kind of, be a conversationalist. And I was thinking to myself, I wish this was my job. I wish I could somehow make it my job to just riff with people. I've been on I cannot remember this band's name, FLH. Feeble Little Horse. I've been on a Feeble Little Horse kick as well. and Dry Clean has been on heavy rotation lately. Oh, that must be a previous album of theirs. I think the third one is the one that I got for Bryce. But I've written here, why talk to strangers? Which is like what I'm doing right now. Why do I just like talk to these random strangers? I mean, arguably, Yo OG, I mean, he's from New York. He's got his Supreme socks on. He's got his BAPE keychain. I'm not into like designer fashion. He's spinning, EDM, house, breaks at this dance party. I know. I mean, I like to go dance, but I don't know about, I don't know what the latest or the OG, Chicago house, legends are. I don't know who they are. And, oh, Dry Clean is the name of another band. Okay, I thought it was the name of another album. I don't know the names of the the new cool bands that are coming out that Bryce and Yornimer know about. But it doesn't stop me from talking. It doesn't stop me from trying and just like mixing it up on the streets. There's something quite fun and attractive and exciting about not knowing what might happen when you talk to somebody on the streets. And I don't know, I feel really comfortable in that space, almost like in a way that like you hear about rock and roll people or like they're like really shy, but they can, they're more comfortable on stage performing in front of 20,000 people. But when they're in an intimate audience with with 5 people, they're suddenly shy. And do you want to come talk? Come on, dozo, family, everybody together. Oh, the daughter wants to come. There was a little family here. I can't even. Do I know these people? They wanted to chat. They didn't have the guts to. The little girl's still looking back at me. It was a family of 3 on their bicycle. They want to chat me up. They're curious about me. Hello. And don't know who that was. But some cool gals. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. I was just saying about why talking to strangers, because it's fun. That's all I was going to say. You never know what's going to happen, and it's fun. The little band over here sounds really good. Okay. Well, will we ever get good at this? Maybe not. Will we keep doing it? I don't know. Vox Pop is so cool for that reason, Brian. Cheers, AZ Beltry. I don't know. It's fun to me. It's certainly fun. It's like a game. Like let's see, what do we have in common? What can we, or what do we not have in common? But it's like either find the piece that's like you have in common or find the thing that you don't have in common. I mean, I love the challenge of like subculture crew hanging out that I obviously don't belong in. Like whether they be like goths or, Swifties or like you name it, like military or dignitary. I don't know, like anybody. I like to see like another group of people that I really have no business talking to and finding my angle into their little infiltrating with good vibes, not with like nefarious motives, but with good vibes to kind of angle my way in there. I find that challenge really fun. And maybe that's part of the reason that I'm living here so long is because I don't belong here, kind of. Well, definitely. I'm definitely an outsider. Whether I belong or not is debatable, but I'm certainly an outsider. And it's kind of fun to find your inside, to find your way inside. Okay. Thank you for hanging out with me. Really appreciate it. A lot of cool kids came and said hello. James Farley came on first, said what's up. Issei was in the house. Issa, Farley. Concert Buddy dropped by, gave a little tribute to Dolly. I appreciated Concert Buddy's stream today. Concert Buddy had a tribute to Dolly. I thought that was real nice. And I'm glad that he did that. That was great. Long live DJ Vinyl Vertigo. Super bummer. Photo Weenie dropped by. Hot damn Elaine. It was so nice to see you, Elaine. If Elaine's still around. I like Elaine a lot. Elaine's got bingo. You guys got to go play bingo with Elaine. It's so fun. And rest in peace, Artie, too. Artie? Artie, I think was his name. Great, cool, wonderful, sweet gentleman. DJ Mr. Joel gave me a lot of prompts. Thanks, DJ Mr. Joel. Tano-san, I think my homie Tano-san dropped me a 320 yen super chat. Thank you so much. Yornimer had heaps of good intel. Thanks for hanging out, Yornimer. Issa. Bunny God. I know your name, Bunny God. We've connected before. I've forgotten how we're connected, but Bunny God, thanks for hanging out. I hope to meet you in December. And yeah, an AZ Beltree. And I think that's just about all of us. Thanks for hanging out. And thanks for anybody who's watching on the replay. Hey, you know, some days they're like home runs. Some days they're like just another day at the ballpark. Feels like an afternoon game. It's like 1 to 2, you know, not much happened today, but hey, it was still another game. We live to tell the tale. And it's good to just be out on the street. All right. Wednesday night. I'm feeling better. I'm getting past the shock of missing the David Byrne concert. It's the embarrassment and shame is slightly subsiding. I can think about making some videos again. There's a bunch on the back burner. The events, I'm gonna wait till September to get my events going again, but needed a little break. Hope you guys have a good rest of the end of the summer. Maybe I'm like Wednesday night seems like a easy night to Vox Pop. My Wednesday night, maybe your Wednesday morning. Maybe I'll be out here again next Wednesday. But for now, I'm gonna go home, see the fam, get some food, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Like and subscribe and all that. Bye. See you next time.